Doing down in the village, Autumn said. She may have some lily seeds from beyond the Blue Mountains. Humph. Amphidsel cast another mournful look at the roses and followed Autumn and Jack out of the garden. Autumn breathed a sigh of relief. The dragon's garden was enclosed by 3 tumble-down stone walls. That had probably been a farmer's house long, long ago, back when the Gentlewood had been only a shadow on the horizon. It was a small garden by dragon standards. 2 neat plots of vegetables, a strawberry patch, and a tangled bed of pansies and sweet violets. The oldest dragons had acres of fragrant flowers, vegetables, blooming shrubs for all seasons, and fruit trees. Amphidsel's mother had turned a slope in the Blue Mountains red with tulips and poppies, and laced the scree with creeping hibiscus and mounds of rhododendrons. Gran had seen it with her own eyes, for she was the one who had stolen Amphidsel for the menagerie when she was just an egg. Dragons protected their gardens more ferociously than they did their children. Autumn led Amphidsel up the muddy mountain path toward the menagerie. Above them, Inglenook School of Magic gleamed against the twilight. It was nestled into the southern face of Mithror, the largest of the Terran Mountains, having been enchanted into existence from the stones of the mountains by magicians who knew nothing about architecture but wanted something impressive and grand. Inglenooks was impressive in a confusing sort of way. A huge pile of columns and turrets and towers and, unaccountably, a drawbridge. There was no moat. Your eyes slid all over the school as if trying to work out an optical illusion. Smoke puffed out of the turret above the banquet hall, where the windows glowed golden. Autumn wondered what sort of feast the magicians within were sitting down to. Cabbage rolls and roast duck? Bacon and sweet potato pie? She shivered in the October air, her stomach nodding with a hunger that wasn't entirely for food. Autumn had grown up in the shadow of Inglenooks, in the little beastkeeper's cottage at the edge of the grounds. She knew it was silly to long for something she could never have, for a place at that banquet table, to be among those students as they swept from class to class in their long cloaks. She wasn't a magician. She was a servant, same as the rest of her family. She could gaze into the world of Inglenooks, like gazing into a pond full of colorful fish. But she would never be a part of it. Autumn and Jack led Amphidsel into Inglenooks' menagerie, a large stone paddock with a floor heated by an underground spring. The flagstones had been soaked in seawater, which had a soothing effect on monsters. For the same reason that the sea had a soothing effect on people, Gran thought, but nobody really knew for sure. Autumn put Amphidsel in her stall, which was roomy and lined with floral tapestries that the dragon had selected herself. The stall was next to the griffin and across from the wyverns, who were already asleep. Not all the school's monsters were housed in the menagerie. There were some that were simply too dangerous. One in particular. "Here you go," Autumn said, tipping vegetable scraps into Amphidsel's trough. "Gran will be in later to say goodnight." "I guess I'll round up the wisps," Jack said sadly. Rounding up the wisps usually involved hitting the pesky things with a stick to stun them, then shoving them into a sack. Jack hated it. Autumn sighed. Though Jack was her favorite older brother, he was unquestionably the worst beastkeeper. She should have asked Kiffin or even Emmis for help. Despite being the world's biggest pests, they could at least be counted on not to waste time coddling things that would sooner bite your arm off than thank you. Autumn often wondered what she had done to deserve the curse of 3 older brothers and not 1 sister. But then Gran often said that everyone had their burdens to bear in life. "I'm your brother, too," Winter had always said whenever she complained. "You're all right. Autumn would respond.